Welcome to the what if section. We, Canonically, we're going in without one. But what if I chose, for instance, Mock Falcon? And he is the Mock Falcon. Alright, we're back. And he appears as Jonathan, who has a killer amount of hit points. Leveled up to 40, of course. And a large amount of magic. He's fairly strong and good vitality. Though I'm surprised he's got that good of stats. Well, actually the stats are kind of bleh, but those hit points though, seriously. His unique abilities are different types of castings. Break concentration, that's a new one. And break guard. And of course, rampaging. So let's get into a combat here. And see what Jonathan would do. What a hoodwink would be. But I don't think any of them cast spells. Jonathan is pretending to be injured. He's a trickster of sorts. As obvious, I obviously know through dealing with my crap with him earlier. What else could he do? He could rampage. His strongest attack. Let's see what that does. While not very strong, it still hits everybody on the all my opponents on the battlefield. And let's try one more visibilities here. Let's hear a joke. Sure, why not? What terrible jokes could Jonathan tell? Well, he is a joke, but that's not the point. The same effect as ice. I mean, I know it missed, yes, but... Jonathan, you're so terrible. Still not the worst possible ally to have. Alright, let's see what Jaeger has in store for us. Maybe a little bit rusty. But you figure Jaeger would be probably the strongest one out of all four of the characters you can choose. And let's find out. Very kind of low on the very low on hit points actually. Notice everybody's magic points are the same. All the humans. That is strange. But Jaeger, the true hero. is fairly well balanced, maybe showing his years. But he has multiple ranks of Arcana and Rakam and Rakan. The number of times he needs to chant, like Rudy's abilities, with the lowest being Bard. So I guess Rudy's a professional, unprofessional singer. And then we have the Arcana line, which is Arcana, Astral, Astria, and Astriol. Astriol doing a whopping 200, while Ronkan, if you challenge it 4 times, does the big 255. Okay, and looking at the times 3 chance and the times 2 chance. Strange. So let's go into a random battle and see what Jaeger sings about. Some of these characters look like they would have been built as characters that may have joined us earlier if the story had been different. Because they have a lot of lore type abilities as well. And Jaeger with it, whatever that symbol is. I don't know my Japanese. I'm sure some of you do. And have an idea of what's coming up next. Besides having played this game already. Maybe in Japanese. Maybe the original language is your forte. But with a lot of chanting, Jaeger releases a fairly powerful attack with Astral. Pardon me, as he is a true bard. I don't know, maybe he was a character in one of the prequels. Because this is Last Bible 3 after all. That Japanese name, which I cannot pronounce notwithstanding. But he seems to be still a better choice than Jonathan. For some, assuming they don't miss, more powerful attacks. At the cost of a lot of hit points, though. I mean, hit points, as in, compared to 1300 on Jonathan. That's messed up. We can't take Principal Psych with us. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. Would I end up fusing him with somebody? That would be a terrible thing to do. And our final choice. Mochila to feed me mana. Mochila is really making her case, and she's really making it good. Promising a real date later. Mochila, having leveled up to level 40, is terribly crippling in her hit points. Crippled in her hit points. But she has all 7 of her prism spells, and an ability called Moonglow as well. And her stats seem to not be that good, but she has good speed. Far better speed than most of our characters. So what each of these would do? Well, you got Flame, Fire, Bolt, Blast, the 4 elementals. Plus, of course, her Confusion Chaos, her Sleep, and Curse, and finally, Moonglow. Apparently her ultimate question mark spell. Assuming you don't put a huge amount into one of the elementals. So just for the sake of saking, I'm going to put all my magic points into one blast of each of these new prisms. That I can. And then I'll restore her MP. So let's see what new abilities Mochila can do. Also, you notice the Colonel and the robots work well together as well. Alright, first up is Mochila's Bolt spell at full power. Prism 3, if you will. Which, of course, robots are weak to, has incredible power. I know it's not quite a Mag's full power burn, but it's still definitely something to consider there. Now entering the battle for Mochila's Blast ability. What will be the cool looking effect it has? Well, let's find out. A delicious purple, of course. As prisms suggest a rainbow. Let's ignore that mist and realize it did the same amount as a bolt fully powered up. Except the robot does not care about blast, apparently. Anyway, where were we? Time to see our next abilities. Maybe I'll get a choice later, because I have a feeling this is not the final dungeon, even though it has final dungeon music to it. Moonglow, for whopping 200 potency, but only 20 magic points. Almost as powerful as a prism at full power. And I don't think it has an elemental to it, so Moonglow would be your obvious go-to ability. Assuming you can't hear my phone's alarm in the background. That leaves one color left. The color of Curse. Prism 6. A dark black color. Is an insta-kill ability. I thought it would just severely lower his stats, not insta-kill. Or should I say faint, to keep canonic. As Mochila, as far as I know, is not a necromancer. And hopefully not a necrophiliac. But as you see, her speed allows her to usually attack first. So she wouldn't be a horrible choice. And considering things aren't hitting very strong in the first place, except maybe the upcoming bosses, she might actually be your best choice. But I chose Alan. I am done.